You're going to pay way too much for auto insurance if you try and buy insurance without knowing what you're required to have and how your quote is going to be calculated. In this video, I'm going to cover the basic information you need to know and some simple things you should do before getting an auto insurance quote. Listen, I'm a real auto insider. I've worked in and around the industry for decades, and I'm sharing money-saving tips and advice with people just like you. This is just one of the examples of the ways I help my viewers save money and time. So if you're not a subscriber now, please do so. Before we dive in, please go ahead and hit the like and follow. I know you've probably heard this on every video you watch, but that's because it helps the person making this video. It's a way of saying thank you for taking the time to make this video. I do appreciate you taking the moment to hit like and subscribe. These simple steps will save you time and money. Having some level of auto insurance is required in every state in the US, and it's required by law in Canada. So the first thing you should do is find out what is the minimum amount of auto insurance that's required in your state. There's a free, easy to use website that will give you this information. It's called Value Penguin, and I put a link to their site in the description below. After you've checked out Value Penguin, you will know what the minimum amount of insurance you must carry by law. You might be wondering, why am I required to carry auto insurance? We all must have auto insurance because an accident can create a great deal of damage and expense. An auto accident can lead to vehicle damage, property damage, and physical injuries to people involved in the accident and bystanders. In addition to the damages and injuries, auto accidents often involve legal actions to recover expenses associated with the accident. So if you're involved in an accident, particularly if you're at fault, the costs associated with the accident can be enormous. That's why insurance is so important. But auto insurance can be confusing, so allow me to break things down for you, and you can decide what you need and what you don't. That's why I'm making a series of short videos so you can be covered and protected. Let's now look at how your insurance rate is calculated. There are lots of elements that go into calculating your insurance policy rate, but all these elements can be placed into one of two categories: underwriting and rating. Underwriting is a term used for the process that an insurance company will go through to determine how risky it is for them to offer you auto insurance. Note that underwriting is used in all forms of insurance, including health, home, etc. So when you receive a quote from an auto insurance, the company giving you that quote has determined how likely they believe you will be involved in an accident. If they think you're too much of a risk, they won't even offer the opportunity to insure you. So each insurance company assesses a potential customer and gives them a rating that is part of this underwriting process. The biggest single element that impacts your rating is claim frequency. This is accomplished by creating groups, tracking these groups, and then comparing every new potential customer among these groups. Some of the most common elements that will impact your rate, the most common groups, are things like the make and model of your car, your age and gender, where you live, your geographic location, are you married or not, what happened with your prior insurance if you've had any, and your driving record. Can you see how these factors will impact your insurance rate? If so, go ahead and down there and leave me a comment that says, I got it. Now let me show you what you need to do to make sure you're properly insured and how to check to see if the information the insurance company will be using to calculate your rate is actually correct. Listen, you need to take a moment and evaluate your financial situation. You need to do this because you may want more coverage than the minimum amount that's required by your state or country. Also, you may want to consider buying an umbrella policy to protect your assets. An umbrella insurance policy provides a wide range of coverage, essentially filling in anywhere that other policies don't provide you coverage or not enough coverage. It's almost like insurance for your insurance. To determine if you need additional coverage, there are some questions you should ask yourself, like, do you own multiple homes? Do you own a business? Are you nearing retirement? Are you a high net worth individual? Answering yes to any one of the above would lead me to recommending that you at least consider taking more than the state required amount of insurance. Okay, so now you've determined the level of coverage you need, but before getting a quote, let's make sure the insurance company is going to be using the correct information. You do this by obtaining a copy of your driving record. Your driving record is sometimes referred to as your driving abstract. Listen, It's probably correct, but something incorrect on this could cost you a lot of money. Additionally, if you have any outstanding tickets, you'll want to pay or contest them before getting an insurance quote. What to expect on your driving license record? Your legal name, address, how old you are, your driving license expiration date, the classification of your driving license, if you've been involved in traffic infractions or convictions, plus other convictions will be on there, things like a DWI and other elements that may have led to you getting points on your license. Most states also will list things like accidents on your driving abstract. Things you won't find on this document will be things like convictions for non-moving violations and things that have been expunged from your record. I'm sure you agree you need to have this kind of information, but let's talk about how you go ahead and get this information. You can contact your state's DMV. Most states now have websites that allow you to request things like this without having to visit a DMV location, but I'm sure you can get one if you went there as well. Additionally, there are third-party companies that will obtain this information for you, obviously for a fee, and an insurance agent will be able to obtain this information. I would request this information from your present insurance agent before you go shopping other companies. If you're not presently insured, ask for your driving license record or abstract from the first insurance agent you speak to, and I would also get a copy of that from the DMV as well. Can you see how, if you take a couple of minutes to understand the insurance process, know what's required by law, know and feel comfortable and secure with the information that the insurance company will be using to provide your quote, that you've gone a long way to making sure that you're going to get the best rate possible before you ever start that conversation with an insurance agent? If you haven't done so already, please go ahead and subscribe to my channel and take a minute and let me know what your biggest issue or concern is related to your car or the process of buying a car. You can do that below in the comment section, and I'll make sure to check on that, and I'll be happy to help you. Remember, I'm always on social media, sharing and helping, giving you money-saving tips and advice. So be sure to follow me wherever you spend some time. To make sure it's easy, I put a link down below in the description. I'm the Auto Insider, and I'm here to help you. So take me up on it. Thank you for watching.